In today's video, we take a look at a man who refused to pay for everyone's food at the table, and this guy who split the bill because she was trying to use him for a free meal.
So, you want to head back to my place tonight?
Not tonight.
All right.
I don't blame him for not paying for her meal, as we have continuously seen countless cases of women using men for paying their bill and then ghosting them afterwards.
Was I wrong for how I moved at this girl's birthday dinner? So I get invited via my homegirl to go to this girl's dinner. I don't know her like that. I think I met her once through my homegirl a while ago. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to go because you're inviting me. So I go, I get the girl a little gift or whatever. When I pull up, the first thing I realize is, first of all, everybody's on time. And second of all, a lot of people showed up for this girl's birthday dinner. It was over 12 people. Probably over 15. I've never seen this many people at a birthday dinner at a restaurant in my life. As the night's going, you know, people are buying their drinks and things like that. But what I started noticing is people's orders. You know, I'm a very observant person. So I started noticing people's orders. And they was ordering 2 and 3 appetizers, 3 and 4 drinks, the best, biggest T-bone steaks with the gold on it, and this, and truffle fries, and this, and this. Everybody was doing their thing. So something, I don't know what it was, at some point of the night after, you know, people was, you know, finishing up their plates and ordering their last drinks and stuff like that, I had to go to the bathroom, but something hit me on my way to the bathroom, like, you know, just stop and pay for your meal. Just stop by the bar, pay for your meal, tip out, do that. That's what I did. So by the time I go to the bathroom, pay for my bill, tip out and stuff like that, the waiter is coming around to the table wanting to know how we're going to do the bill, because the bill can only get split 2 ways. And he made that very clear. The bill can only get split 2 ways. So the girl looks down at the other end of the table where we're sitting, and she says, oh, well, 2 of the guests, they can put it on their card and everybody can cash app them, and they can deal with the bill because I'm not worried about that. I'm the birthday girl. I heard it, but everybody around at the table act like they didn't. And I was completely not worried because, again, my bill is paid for, tipped and everything. I'm just kind of waiting on my homegirl.
I can already imagine people looking at each other and hoping that someone other than them picks up the check. And don't even get me started on that shameless birthday girl who, instead of paying for everyone, is asking them to pay for her. Cause let's be fair, it's her birthday party, so she is responsible to pay the bill and not the other way around.
So after time has gone past, nobody's putting up the card, nobody even touched the check, right? So finally, a dude that was there, he opened it being funny, and it was over $3,500. That's how much the bill was. It was over $3,500. When he said that, I just busted out laughing. I don't know why I find it to be so funny. I think it's because I knew it was about to be a shit show. So the person comes back around and notices that nobody's touching the bill, and it's like, hey, what are we doing about the bill? So she looks down towards our end again, which I don't know why she kept looking down towards our end. So finally she's like, all right, well, who's gonna put down on the bill? So I don't say nothing. My homegirl, she don't say nothing. And then so finally another girl in the group was like, well, my homegirl, well, can we put it on your card and, you know, everybody just pay you back? My homegirl, she say no. Like, no, I'm not really comfortable with that. So things are starting to get heated now. There's a back and forth going between the restaurant, who's going to be paying, things like that. A lot of people are getting frustrated. Things are getting heated. So what do? I say, I'm going to excuse myself. Because first of all, I'm not about to be sitting in a food restaurant public setting and embarrass myself because y'all don't have y'all shit together, right? I don't do that. I don't play that. My shit is already taken care of. My bill is taken care of, tipped out, tipped beautifully. My bill came up to $100, and I'll never forget, it was $115 without tip, right? So I was like, I'm going to excuse myself. Get up, leave, call the Uber and all. My homegirl, because this is her friend. So she's staying trying to, you know, figure things out and stuff like that, arguing things like that with people. I'm not doing that. So I excuse myself and I leave because y'all need to figure this out. As I'm getting up to leave, well, what are you doing? Well, how are you leaving? You need to help pay for this bill, things like that. The waiter, before I could even say that, the waiter's like, his bill's already taken care of. He took, he paid his bill and tipped out almost 45 minutes ago. Everybody's shocked, looking like I'm hitting the door by now.
And that's what smart people do. Remove themselves from situations where they could be accused or their reputation could take a hit, because this situation is about to explode.
I'm gone, I'm out. I get by the time I get home, about an hour, I would say later, I get a long text message from my homegirl. I think that it was real rude what you did at my homegirl's birthday dinner. I don't know where that type of etiquette came from. I texted her back a simple IDC.
So it was rude that he paid for his share of the bill peacefully and did not indulge in the mindless crap you guys were about to start. And don't leave just yet. There is a second part to this story as well.
Okay. I can accept this point of view. I can understand how you could feel this way. But let me add a little bit of context to this situation. To begin, anybody that knows me enough that we're going out and hanging out knows that I'm really zero tolerance for any type of BS. That's to begin with. Like, anybody knows that Storm will remove himself out of any situation that is unbecoming. You're sitting at this table arguing and getting into it with these people at this nice, fancy restaurant. She knew that I was going to leave. She knows that I don't play that. She knows that. And that's why she wasn't mad that I left. She specifically was not mad that I left. She was mad that I did not contribute to the big bill. That's why she was mad. She sat there and threw her hands up and made it very crystal clear that she wasn't going to use her card. But in the same breath, turned around and was arguing at people about who was going to pay the bill at the table, and not once was saying, oh, I'm going to pay you back, I'll cash app you, let me Zelle you. So my thing is, why are you so worried about who's going to pay this bill, but at the same time, you're not reconfirming anything that you're going to pay them back, just like your homegirl. And another thing I want to point out, she wasn't going to leave that dinner regardless, even if I told her that I paid for my bill, which is why I didn't tell her. Because this, again, is her good homegirl. This is her best friend. So she's at the table trying to figure this all out with her homegirl. So I'm like, I'm not the best friend in this situation. I'm just the plus one. I don't know nobody at this table. My homegirl knows everybody at this table. So her dealing with all these people, that's her business. And lastly, we did not fall out because of this. Our relationship, our friendship did not end because of this situation. After the next day, we kind of giggled it off, and we kind of agreed to disagree, because to this same day, even after she seen this video, we got on the phone and she was like, Storm, you could have paid more on that bill. And I'm like, girl, what do you mean I could have paid more on the bill?
Absolutely. What does she mean that he could have paid more on that bill? He paid his share of the bill, and then you guys started to create a scene in public, which he and any respectable man hates. This much entitlement is not good for her future, or her future as well.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You asked to split the date, split the cost or anything. It's not a date. Of course, I have no problem, treating my man, of course. Until then, if you invite me, you have to pay.
Now, when my husband and I started dating, I knew we were both broke, so we both split it.
Well, then let's go to Chipotle so you can pay for the whole thing. That's how I feel about that. Why don't you pick a place that you can actually afford or something? There are other things that you can do on a date. Maybe you, go to the mall or something and walk around, get to know each other, go to the food court, get some.